Hello, everyone. Let's see, today is Wednesday, November 25th, and this is the Computer Summit / Celebration Planning Meeting for December 2020. Everyone here is pretty much a regular, but just to state it for the internet, these meetings are recorded. We abide by the CNCF Code of Conduct, which essentially boils down to please be excellent to each other. And with that, let's just get right into it. Okay.
Don't forget to put your name under the attendees list.
Yep. I am trying to share the contributor celebration schedule that George created, and Google Groups or Google Docs is just like
all right,
sitting there with essentially a little bar trying to process.
Got you. That'd be nice.
All right.
Okay. So we will revisit the schedule here soon. Hopefully that will actually,
I shared my screen so we could at least look at it.
Yeah, that looks good.
Oh. Can you zoom it? Yeah.
Yep, I was just about to. I can get in. I can go further if you need. Should be all right.
No, that should be okay. So the thing that is, George has the little slot on there for possibly the cooking show thing. We also have
Where is that?
some.
Oh, there it is.
Yes. That is still sort of TBD. There's a Slack thread with some information on that, sort of just discussing what might be involved. It will probably just be, at this point, two different things, or one, anyone can bring any ingredients and basically bake a cake or something like that together. This is mostly just because it's very hard to scope when you have n number of potential of various allergies and food restrictions.
Yeah.
The other one was potentially focused, and that was just on get everyone together and make some flan.
I like flan.
That is still, again, sort of TBD, but that's the general idea with that one. We do also have, oh my God, come on. Sorry, we do also have folks that have submitted a few things through Reg. I'm just filtering at the blanks right now.
Oh yeah, I'm totally not sharing this. I'm gonna be smart.
Are you talking about the Reg sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is not something we would want to record. If we do want to share it, we can stop recording and visit it. But I will paste the link in chat just so that folks can see. And yeah, accessing the doc, I tried inviting.
Just blame George.
Yeah. Anyway, that one you should have access to.
I am seeing a lot of, unsurprisingly, 3 different games when I'm scrolling through here. I'm seeing Destiny 2, Among Us, and Animal Crossing. This doesn't surprise me, but
yeah,
out of the 56 responses, more than half have one of those games.
Yep. I think that also might be because it's also the things that we listed at the top as examples.
Yeah. I feel like that actually gives us a lot of time to focus on like a small subset of games and nail them well with the streaming and stuff. And then organically from there, people can kind of like break off into groups or be like, hey, you know, I have this game Astroneer. I want to play it as well.
Yeah.
Yep. We can, like, one thing that's not in the main Discord yet is like we don't have the just generic channels. We just have the focus channels.
Mm-hmm.
So like it'll be easy enough for us to create like, you know, game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4.
Yeah, that would be good.
Another thing, activities you'd like to see hosted.
Yep. So it's easier if you go to the sheet.
I know it is, but I'm just scrolling up and down. Trivia here feels like the clear winner, followed by a bunch of people on a DunkConf sessions.
Yeah,
Yep.
people also like the trivia of KubeCon. I didn't get that one. I wasn't there for that one, but seems to have been quite successful.
Yeah. If you look
good.
at the,
Oh, good. 89 out of 89 people agree to the CNCF Code of Conduct.
Yeah. They'll have to agree to it again when they actually join Discord.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So if we look at, are you interested in running like workshop, hackathon, whatever? We do have some stuff there. Like people have submitted some things there.
Do a tour on CI on Kubernetes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna guess this was Jonas.
The video game one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think it's still appropriate for us to have some pseudo work related stuff just because it is an opportunity.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
But I also want to make sure that it applies to a lot of people. The CI one is actually not a bad idea because if you were working in Kubernetes, even if you were doing docs PRs, you were going through some form of CI. How do we define it? It applies to damn near everyone. So I'd be interested in that.
I feel like we could carve out some space for that. And all the people who want to do technical stuff, like we can kind of ping some of the well better fleshed out ones. We can ping them back and be like, hey, we have a spot here at this time in this channel for you, kind of thing.
With our schedule being open, I think and the available ones there, Rob is the one and his CI one we should do. He also like reached out about it to me personally before like this was even starting to be planning. So I guess AI would be to reach out to Rob. Now, one issue that does exist in Discord, if you are sharing it, like you're sharing your video and everything, there isn't a native way of recording it.
Okay.
That is a limitation if you're trying to compete with something like Zoom or whatever.
Yes, that said,
if we're streaming it,
well, that's kind of what I was going to bring up. What do we want to stream if people want to stream to Discord but not record it? I could slap whatever they're playing onto my third monitor and then just record it through OBS if I'm not streaming. Right? It's
more so I'm just stating the fact that if we are hosting something that we want to record and it's not being streamed to, it's not actually done by something that's streaming to YouTube, someone else has to basically handle it.
Yeah. Well, for pretty much everything on the schedule, I am willing to stream it and just I'll do that.
Yeah. Where's the schedulerino again? There we go.
All right, I'll show it. Hold on.
Yeah.
You might be able to access the doc now.
Okay.
Why did George fix it?
No, I edited it and added contribex to it. It was just being like extremely slow.
Okay. Yeah, my only thing is saying is like I'm available the time for streaming, and like just make sure you have like a good amount of like breaks and stuff, because this does like kind of like I don't know, scroll up. It does go quite early and start quite early in the morning Pacific time and stuff like that. So
yeah, so that was George. Like George honestly messed up. He originally didn't mean UTC to be UTC. He wanted it to be ET. And then he shifted at least the times around.
Yeah, because UTC like that's like great GMT. Is that UTC's GMT and stuff like that? How does math work? Yeah. So like even so like happy to like we could start kick things off at like 3 p.m. UTC kind of thing for everyone, and then like we can start things like maybe at like midday, like for EU folks. Maybe like EU folks will be like hanging around like 12 midday. I'd be happy to do. I'd be happy to stream games like between like 12 and like 3.
Okay. Yeah, we'll figure something out there with like what we actually want to stream and do. I'm more concerned right now in just the general content we want for Friday, essentially the sessions. And George has, huh?
No, go ahead.
And if you scroll down, George had a few other things down there. Like Jay said, he'd be willing to like stream essentially him playing a saxophone.
I'd be down with that.
Nice.
So the funny thing is, I actually like having maybe this much and one more session for Friday, because if we like bump this up to say right here, right? So it's kind of early for Pacific, but still mildly doable. And then we go until between 7 or 8 UTC, like that is a prime window for everybody. And then if we just have these focused events or sessions or whatever, like Friday and Saturday, and then the rest is just free for all gaming.
Yep,
Discord.
that's fine too.
Yeah.
The one that I would probably still see about doing on Friday, that might be getting too late. It might be damn.
I mean, here's the thing. If there's something that should be or that should happen late, it should be this. Because we're doing 2 of them purposefully. Yeah. So like if
that
we
can
wanted
be shifted
this
later.
Yeah. So if we wanted this to be like, damn you, George, and your nice colors. And if we wanted to say follow Allison's idea and bump this earlier, like
bump that earlier, and spacing things out is very important, because if like folks don't have like enough time to breathe between things, like they'll be like
So like, there was let's see.
Well, so in terms of spacing, there is no way that's going to take an hour. There is no way that's going to take an hour. I'm not necessarily worried about the stuff immediately after this. I don't think it'll be like, you have 5 minutes for a bathroom break, go now. I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah. I'm also thinking like the, CI, and then if we look at
because of what I just said, I am putting something immediately following that hour because, again, this is going to take 15, 20 minutes. So there will be a 40-minute break between that. I can't imagine this will take more than a half hour. So
Yeah.
it'll go into that. And then we have, I would say, probably 2 spots if they're going to be like full.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing is that CI talk, if it's going to be 45 minutes, I still have no problem, putting that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
we
do
just need
want
to
to
get
make sure.
details.
Yeah.
I
I
it's
do want to
not
make
like-
sure. I do want to make sure that Allison's concern is addressed, though. Like, we do want to make sure things are spaced out. This is casual.
Yep.
Yeah, and for the CI talk, most probably there won't be like 100% attendance. Like people, like some people are interested in that, and a lot of people might not.
Yep.
Yeah, I honestly I don't expect 100% attendance or like a lot of attendance for a lot of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
On the cooking thing, because I remember someone said like giving people like 2 hours for preparations, and then so it might be rather like a kickoff of 15 minutes, and then after 2 hours meet again and have like a show off of half an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was more so just like an excuse to also hang out on a call and chat.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and like put a video camera in like your kitchen and be like, oh, chopping things. Yeah.
We have that regularly for lunch calls sometimes. Like one of the people is always still making his bagel or something.
Yep. Essentially, it's cooking with friends or baking with friends.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
But that will need more than an hour, definitely.
Yeah. Especially if it's baking. Yeah. Flan might be able to do
that. Yeah. Some of the other stuff is like I know a couple people mentioned like the document, like Nabrun, I think you had one for the Python client in there.
Yep.
Oh.
I'm going to sneeze.
Did you sneeze? Look
Bless
up.
you.
Look into the light.
Okay.
Schrödinger's
I got it. I got it under control. Sorry. And so like for some of that stuff too, it's also possible to be alongside other scheduled content.
Yeah.
And we do still have Saturday.
I do think we should keep Sunday just free for all open.
Oh, 100%.
Cool.
Yeah.
Go say hi.
Nope.
Sorry. Let's just say the dog is being ridiculous. All right. So the other thing I'm thinking of is like if we kind of front load, how to put it? If we front load content Friday, I almost like the idea of this being kind of like tapering. So like Friday, we have content from say 2 p.m. UTC to 10 p.m. UTC. Because I figure that'll the challenge will take an hour. I would be perfectly fine then Saturday having half that content.
I am on board, especially because like it's a Saturday. This is supposed to be, fun and everything, but people have families. It is getting close to the holidays.
Yep.
People have responsibilities.
The fact, like the idea of, people have families, people have work, but this is, also kind of a community thing. So chances are they will be able to maybe block off a couple hours on Friday. And then, they have free time on the weekend, presumably, to actually hang out.
Yep.
All right. So realistically, we need to figure out two things for Friday and then 2 things or 3 things for Saturday. I would lean towards 2. You're gonna reach out for the CI talk, Bob?
Yeah, I'll get details on the CI talk. The other thing that we can, at least if people want to do an unconference type thing, is honestly just like shout out in general, like, hey, this is something we want to do. We could even add a bot command or something that's just like, hey, we're gonna be talking about this in here at this time. And people can then choose to join in on it.
Yeah, why not?
But okay. Lori also, I think, proposed a talk on time management and work in progress limits. So that might be something else too to potentially toss in there.
I'm gonna move this to here.
As it stands too, we also were at 100 people that have registered and submitted things. And I know there's at least 50 more people that fully plan on coming that just haven't bothered registering or submitting ideas yet.
Yeah. So tentatively, I'm gonna put the happy, silly cooking fun time right here because it kind of makes sense to me. 5 p.m. is dinner time, noon is lunchtime, 9 a.m. can be breakfast. Kind of feels like a food slot.
I also think 5 p.m. food slot works for UTC as well. I guess might be a little bit early, but 6 p.m. is dinner. I feel that's a good slot overall for cooking for a bunch of folks.
Yeah,
and just dinner at 4.
You have dinner at 4?
Or 4:30.
Yeah.
Is that intermittent fasting style stuff, or is it just family?
No, it doesn't really work out that way. It's that Susan and I are super fat and we can't wait for dinner, so we eat early. and then we're hungry 3 hours later for ice cream.
We have that.
Yeah, for me, I tend to do something similar, but it's just because I generally don't eat throughout the course of the day, just because I don't I live off coffee and then have early dinner.
Yeah. Anyways, I would be equally as fine bumping this ahead 1 hour.
Yeah.
Or
ahead later.
Hour. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that too, especially as it might also take 2 hours, depending on
then we have the
baking time.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay. So I'll reach out to Rob regarding details on his talk. Notes.
Would jazz in the evening make sense? I think Stevens and Jay's ideas are both kind of evening things, hanging out in the evening.
And that's essentially the point of this thing. So it's just people, I don't think it needs to be scheduled.
No, right. It's just tell them back that, feel free to do it. Official schedule stops at X, and then.
Yeah.
I would just consult with them about what time to be comfortable doing it, and then just sending a message out just saying so and so will be in the jazz channel.
We're hanging in here at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, something like that.
And I mean, SIG Friday. Why is it SIG next Friday? Anyways, SIG Friday is, it's exactly the hallway track Zoom that was the hallway track Zoom.
Yep.
So that's not something that should be scheduled, but that is something that should be published. So if Augustus is the one organizing it, we just need to make sure that Zoom link is distributed in Discord. That's all.
Yeah.
Or they just use Discord.
I think it will and should probably be Zoom, just because of that's how their SIG Friday thing has happened. Like, yes, use Discord as much as possible, but when you get
I
like
see a
30...
Rambly popping up at some point.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another thing. Rambly meet and greet. Like, you know, like we're going to be in Rambly on this hour because having it up the whole time can be exhausting for folks. Just for like 1 hour on like maybe like the first day, not even like 1 hour on the first day. Yeah, that's
as a meet and greet. Yeah, that makes sense.
We can see your screen, Jeff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Gertie.
Congratulations.
I need to jump to my next call already.
Yep, that's fine.
All right.
See you in a bit.
Make sure you clip this out the recording.
I mean,
it won't matter.
It was me PMing Deb about like event budget stuff. Like, congratulations.
Congratulations for slid in the DMs.
So I think we're good on like the ideas of content at this point. Sync later. I'll poke Rob, get details on CI.
Yeah.
We might get a few other talks that people want to do. We'll see what happens. So moving on, something I discovered with, well, I should say, is there any other content topics that people want to talk about at this point in time?
I think the only thing is if there aren't any other sessions or like proposals that come up, we have the unconference idea that we can just kind of slip in there and be like, yep, that's filler. We might want to pad it out with something else. We'll see.
Yeah.
That I'm stating the obvious, but I'm stating it out loud, you know.
Okay. So next thing, I just wanted to comment on the...
Gertie wants to comment.
Yeah, he's hungry because he has to go to the vet soon and he has to be fasted. But so in Discord, like, you know how everything is done through roles?
Just declare it, don't ask it. Everything in Discord is done through roles.
Yes, everything in Discord is done through roles. And unfortunately, you cannot let people self-manage their own roles without them being able to edit and delete roles that are essentially underneath them in the hierarchy. So that's why everything is done through the role reaction type thing. So if we want people to be able to add the pronoun roles or other potential things like SIG or whatever, if we want to create them, excuse me, we can, like, A, should we have roles for them to begin with? B, should we essentially add another thing under the info and announcements category for people to configure them themselves? Should it be an item in the FAQ? Thoughts?
My thought is, in the Humongous Discord, the Among Us Discord that we have,
you'd ask people to set it in their name.
Set it in their name. And that does two things. One, I mean, it's known. But two, if you have Discord open or you have the Discord overlay,
I know,
in the middle
you can
of a
see
game,
it in the overlay.
You can see it in the overlay immediately. I much prefer that.
Same here. The only thing is, like, that is people do have to opt into it.
Yeah.
So I think
people are going to have to opt into pressing
that's
an
true.
emoji for their pronouns anyways.
So
I would rather make it explicit.
What we can do is, like, update the welcome verification screen or whatever, like the verification step when people first come in.
Yep.
And call out, like, this would change here at least the screenshot for the joining instructions. but call out. It's just like, hey, please set your name to have your pronouns on the end.
Yeah, and if you want, I can update the instructions for that. How about I just say I will update the instructions for that?
All right. By updating it, you mean updating it in Discord or updating the instructions that Arnaud is working on?
I was going to do it in Discord because that's where everyone's going to get the message.
Okay.
But I will update it anywhere and everywhere it needs to be updated. It's going to be the same thing. The only thing is off the top of my head, I forget how to actually do it. I just know it was there's a way to change your name specifically for the server. So I want to walk through it again, and I want to probably take screenshots.
Okay.
Or maybe do a quick, hello, my name is George YouTube video that shows how to do it in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I got it up. You click the drop down on the server name in the top left-hand corner, and then you click change nickname, yeet in what you need, and then click the save button. Done.
Yeah, I knew it was hella easy.
Hella good. But don't.
Comments. Boom skis, assign skis.
Okay. What other things do we want to talk about? We have 25 minutes left.
I want to look at that sweet timeline to make sure that we are on track.
We did not have anything, because this was Thanksgiving week, I did not have any specific deadlines in here. I can call out some things that do need to get done. And that's bump awards. I'll do this in the timeline for now. Bump award mail.
I will say Cody has so far gone around and pinged all of the SIG chairs in DMs.
Yep.
So thank you, Cody.
So in general, it's things on comms. So bump award email to leads, call out awards in lead chairs and leads channel. If we can get the details on the baking and CI and get a rough schedule posted, I would love to send another notification out today.
Actually, good question there. Who owns the baking event?
One sec. I don't remember I believe his first name is Paul.
Okay, so
Paul Zarkowski.
Okay, so there's actually someone that owns it.
Yes.
Cool.
George knows him well.
I follow him on Twitter. That's about all I can say about that.
Same.
I am sure I have posted a GIF or two with their name on it. It's just my safe guess.
So each email we send to KDev brings about 50 more people.
That doesn't surprise me.
I also put together a little picture. You probably saw it in the Summit Staff channel that we could probably post on Twitter because I made it the Twitter size.
Nice. That's perfect.
Yeah, I absolutely loved that image, by the way. That was quality.
So that the best account to poke about that would be to come from the Kate's Contribs account, and then we can retweet it.
And I think I would just need to like ping Caslin about that, pretty much.
Yep. So in Contribex, if you ping contributor comms, actually, you should be able to do it yourself.
At contributor comms, yeah. Oh, I could.
I think you can make a pull request and get a specific repo that automatically posts to the tweet or something like that.
Ah, bada
Yep.
bing,
So,
bada boom.
I will drop the link in chat. There's the repo. I don't know if I don't know if it can do images though. That's the thing.
The only other thing I would maybe do, I'm sorry if and I know this is more work. Allison, could you also update that fantastic image to be not just like a you're invited image, but yay celebration image? Because we can then put that on the website as well as the Discord banner.
Oh yeah. It's like all in Photoshop and like, you know,
Yeah.
I can change it to like Kubernetes celebration.
Yep.
And we can like do some fancy stuff, like no problem. And I was also thinking you're gonna say put the dates on it. Because saying you're invited and then having no context, just click on this URL. You know? Like,
yep. You're perpetually invited. Yeah.
A small scribble of the Kubernetes logo might be good in there too.
Oh yes.
Sans stick bug. Or I mean,
I should draw some red sticks as well. You know, can lure Lockie. There will be red sticks.
Lockie played some Among Us during KubeCon. He's a savage.
Okay, Allison, I'm just assigning you to the tweet with updated image for.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I got the stick bug song stuck in my head.
I will handle sending out the message to KDev later. Does someone want to handle just bumping in the chairs and leads channel?
Yeah, I got it. For the awards.
Yep. I would probably do that one after the bump and emailed on the leads list. That I think should actually be George, since he was the original person that sent
Primary.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you know do you remember how many Slack admins volunteered?
Off the top of my head, no.
Okay.
It actually didn't feel like many of them did, but we also had a lot of admins already in Discord, so I don't know how many more we'll need. I'll double check right now.
Also, we were talking about doing some kind of tech session like TGIK, but I don't remember if it's still in the schedule or something like that.
Like,
I think last time we were talking about present what's new in 120.
Oh yeah, we were. I think that we were just going to skip because, like, since the majority of the new features like this are end user facing, they aren't necessarily contributor facing. We'd essentially be talking to ourselves about features that we wrote, which is not necessarily like what we'd want to get out of it. Plus, there's also like the CNCF one that's coming up that's going to be doing something similar because they do one for every release. Okay, are there any other things we want to discuss? We have 15 minutes left in this time slot.
I'm good. I think we are well on track.
I'm really happy with the progress we're making.
Yeah. My ideal goal is to try and get at least 200 Kubernetes org members.
I think that.
Yeah.
I think that's
That'll be
like
a great
solid baseline.
I think that'll be doable. Are we good with all of our facts and docs?
So there are some, like the fact will have to be updated with the pronoun selection thing.
Yeah. Okay. I mean that aside, like aside from things that we need to update right now, are they solid? Do they need any more work? That sort of thing.
The only other thing that I think could be added would be when we actually we need to create all the generic channels we want to have and just a general description of what they are. Mostly because like I've now walked a couple people that have never used Discord before and have only used Slack, and they've been very confused. And then we also have the moderator FAQ.
Yep.
And that one hasn't been done at all, touched at all yet.
So the only other thing I can think of is we have open questions still. Should we have an LFG bot? Allison commented it's probably too complicated.
Yeah, because I just see it like turning into like a mess, and folks like if they like want to play a game, they should be able to just type out a message, and like that's less docs for us to write. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine just saying no.
Okay.
Swag, we also I thought did answer because we're gonna go the CNCF code route, and then
we're doing the giveaways and things like that.
So I mean, the only other, I don't know, virtual swag like could be a background or something.
Backgrounds, pictures, like Animal Crossing T-shirts. List goes on and on.
I don't have a Switch, so I can't participate in the Animal Crossing T-shirt.
Same here.
That's the only thing I could think of. I do like the idea of having like a photo booth, kind of like, because you know how Glue had like the photo booth at KubeCon?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Imagine if we had like, a photo booth, but for contributor celebration. And then at the end, like, we kind of showed off everyone's photos kind of thing. If we can do that. Like, my only question is, how did they do that? And how long would it take for this to set up? And
it's probably some sort of a service.
Yeah, I imagine you just chuck money at it and it's set up. Blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bob's answer is kind of irrelevant. What virtual swag could we give out? I will mark down looking into a photo booth.
Let's check.
All right. I think we are more than good. Anything else? Speak now.
I think that mostly covers it.
Good, because I'm out of coffee. I'm going to perish.
Okay. Well then, we'll call it there. And I'll see everyone around the internet.
Yep. Later, everybody.
Bye.
See you online.